All right, here we are. Good morning, Lagos, Nigerian world, and welcome to the Tech Friday edition of Business Express. I've got Rotus in with me. Good morning, Rotus. How you doing? Oh, Rotus, you are muted.
All right. Good morning, Sope. Good morning to all our viewers, listeners. Good to be with you all. And yes, it's the end of the week.
Yes. Okay, so we are waiting for this conversation up on Business Express. Make sure you join as we talk about money. All right, and other things, obviously. So send your WhatsApp messages into 0809 444 981. You can use the live chat function up on our YouTube page, youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. We are streaming live right now. And you can also use the hashtag Business Express 981 up on Twitter. So first things first, let's talk about the money that's going to be coming to Africa through Visa, who's planning on investing $1 billion in Africa to accelerate the digital transformation.
Yeah, it's part of the US Africa Leadership Summit that's been going on. I think it ended yesterday, started on Tuesday in Washington, D.C., and ended on Thursday. The Biden administration put together all these African leaders, and they announced $350 million for digital transformation across Africa. As part of that, Visa also said it's going to invest $1 billion over the continent. This is good, but the money is not enough.
That's the question I was going to ask you, right? There are many countries in Africa, unless you're taking a few select. And even with that, what exactly is entailed in digital transformation? And why do we think that $1 billion is going to do anything about it in Africa?
Yeah. So they're talking about improving internet connectivity. I think Elon Musk's Starlink is part of that conversation. He's been helping.
So will we be paying for Ukraine?
Right. So he's been using the satellites are going to be hovering over regions that will provide that internet access. So the Ukraine situation, they've been giving them access to the internet, which has helped their military and so on and so forth. So in that same way, they want to do that for here as well. Visa wants to help with digital payments. It has a large platform, and it wants to assist SMEs and so on and so forth. The Biden administration, they want to partner with a number of the countries and pump that money in there. But honestly, I mean, the total amount, there were some other pledges, but 1.3 billion between Visa and what the Biden administration have promised. You can sink that 1.3 billion inside Lagos alone and to swallow up all that money, right? So we just need a lot more investment in that regard. I know, I see Fisaya is with us. Fisaya, I don't know what you think about, first of all, we already know how you feel about Biden, Shah, but still, I just want to get your thoughts on what you think whether or not the money goes far enough, Fisaya.
Well, first, I'm not partisan. I'm as unbiased in my analysis as much as possible. Of course, this is not about President Biden, it's about the US foreign policy, right? And of course, it's competition against China. This is what is happening here. Has nothing to do with the law for Africa or the law for anyone, right? It's just that, I'd rather have Africa with me than with China, which is what the problem is. You see, and which is, again, some of those things that when you look back and you're like, okay, they had a precedent that was deliberate about foreign policy before. And I'll explain, unlike President Biden today, that is fighting Russia, that is fighting China at the same time. The former president, President Trump, feels that, was fighting China, but believes that it's better for the US and Russia to be aligned. But right now, what the US administration is doing is that Russia is aligning with China. China is aligning with Saudi Arabia. So they are aligning against the US, which is bad. So the only option that the US has right now, aside from, say, the Southeast Asia alliance that it has with Japan, with South Korea, all of that, is only Africa. So that's why they're trying to figure out how do we, extend our reach in Africa rather than have China take Africa as well. Which again, it's what it is. It's global politics, and we'll see how this ends.
All right. I want to quickly touch on something I just saw trending a few minutes ago. I hope you two can hear me correctly. Speaking of internet access, I think I have to change my internet access. Anyway, Mastodon. Good. Okay. This week has been a terrible week. I don't know what's been going on. Anyway, Mastodon The Verge is alleging that Twitter is blocking access to Mastodon, which is supposed to be an alternative. I don't, I should have tested the links first before coming up. I just saw it just a moment ago. Well, there's, does Twitter have any reason to stop people from going to Mastodon? Mastodon has its issues. I'm not leaving Twitter to go to Mastodon. Or is it? The Verge is a reputable source of information. I don't know what you think.
What do you mean reputable?
Sorry.
What do you mean reputable? What do you mean reputable?
The Verge is reputable now. The Verge as a source now. I read The Verge now. You read The Verge.
I mean, anyways.
I read The Verge.
Again, it's fine, right? So the site is blocking access to Mastodon. I mean, if I was Twitter owner, I will block access to Mastodon because this is a competent platform, right? So if you want to compete, be my guest, show up and go and win your customers yourself. Don't come on my platform to come and steal my existing customers. So it's fine. If you want to compete with Twitter, yes, that's fine. I acquired 100 million users, 200 million users over the years. Just want to ride on my platform to acquire your own customer. No. And of course, if you want to ride on my platform, pay for advertising. I would definitely advertise, to my users, but not like you just try to leverage, using my platform to acquire customers to yours. No, go ahead and acquire customers yourself. Don't use mine. It's typical competitive practices, and I don't see anything wrong in it.
Makes sense. Finally,
mine is the banning of the journalists. That's mine.
That was tracking his jets.
The journalist, it wasn't. It was the journalist that wrote about the banning of Elon Jets, Elon Jets, which was the account that was tracking posting whereabouts of his jets. So there's that. So that's my issue. So what I would say though, and it's really clear, the whole point of Twitter and the way that Twitter got to its present popularity was it was where people came to express their free thoughts and free ideas. If that is being if that is being flouted, or if people are no longer allowed to express their free thoughts, they will move to another platform. So it's just a case of allow this, let nature play its role, is what I'm going to put out there.
Sope, I'm particularly surprised about your comment, Sope, because this is what I've been saying for 5 years. I've been talking on Twitter on this platform. When people are being banned before Elon. So this is not the first time people have been banned from. And of course, my stance has always been the fact that guys, people need to be able to express their thoughts, even if you don't agree with that. That is a standard, a sacrosanct thing that I felt. But of course, the response I get from Rotus, I think I've heard from you is that, Twitter is a private company. If you break their rules, they have the right to remove you. So that's fine. So if that is the argument, then it's the same argument now.
Here's the thing, Fisai. What I'm going to tell you is that you've taken away some key points that I made, which was, first of all, if there is hate speech that is being put out there, Twitter does have as the platform that is providing, as the company that's providing that platform, they do have a responsibility for very, very out there, very clear hate speech that drives people and incites people to do things. You can't be going around planning incursions, coups, and wars on Twitter, and then you don't get banned. But when it comes to, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we agree on that. We agree on all of that, So I'm wondering.
So some of those accounts that were inciting people, I'm sorry, let's bring up Trump.
Well,
yes.
What does inciting mean? Again, Sope, let's not go over this again.
I'll do dictionary definition for you.
Sope, these are people that are old enough. They have responsibility for their own actions. Okay, so Sope, let me explain something to you. I went to steal in a bank. I went to steal in a bank, and I got to the police station and said that yes, it's Sope that incited me to go there. Would you be arrested for that? I took the action.
So what do you think about the case against Meta for the Ethiopia violence then?
It makes no sense because Meta did not put anything out. It was people that used it. So the case is not against Meta. It's against the people that use the platform to do what they want to do. Has nothing to do with Meta. Again, inciting doesn't make sense.
But Meta provided the platform. Okay. So you're saying that Meta has no responsibility for. You know what? We're getting away, Rotus.
Okay.
Bring us back.
If I tell you, Sope, 2023 election, defend your vote. Am I inciting you to violence?
No, you're not.
Oh, defend your vote.
If you say 2023 elections, so and so and so and so, and this particular party is stealing your votes, you can defend your votes and use any means you have possible, and we might do it on January 6th.
Defend your vote.
Go ahead and do that.
No, defend your vote is
right.
Right. It could mean defend your vote to violence. It could mean anything. Defending your vote is a blanket statement that politicians should say today, but it can be interpreted as anything. If I took that statement and said, this person said I should defend my vote, and this people wanted to come, and I started stabbing everyone because he said I should defend my vote, is that inciting me to violence? I mean,
yeah, I think what you're trying to do.
And that has to be clear.
Fisaya, take a breath.
All right,
take a breath, Fisaya.
We're out of time.
No, we've got a couple more minutes. We've got a couple more minutes.
No, just real quick. I don't know if we have maybe messages, but Avatar, The Way of the Water is out today. We only have one 3D IMAX theater in this country. Maybe it's a purchasing power thing, maybe it's the cost, but we definitely need more because I understand the technology in this film is breathtaking. So I'm going to see it later today. I don't know if the two of you are planning on seeing it, but yeah. So we need more IMAX 3D theaters in Nigeria. That's my piece.
So you want me to see Pocahontas Part 2 in 3D? Thank you.
Exactly. So we can all assess the tech in the movie.
I'm looking for story, not tech, and I've already seen this story. Excuse me. Let me read these messages from Yinka Bolu, who says, I like what Rotus said. Biden gathered all these African leaders together in Washington because I just don't understand. Germany will gather them. China will gather them. Even India, too, once gathered them. When will an African country gather others? For instance, it's expensive traveling from Nigeria to Gabon or Angola. It makes no sense. And he also says, I think Fisaya is spot on with respect to Twitter. Even pre-Musk's Twitter, these social media apps have got too much power in their hands. So let's not be mad when Elon wields it. He paid $44 billion for it, for heaven's sake, Chopin. I'm not mad. Here's the thing, right? And I think what it is that you provide a platform. If people want to use it, and people graduated to that platform for a reason. If the reason disappears, they will graduate to another platform and they'll move on to another platform. That's how the world works. All right, so we've come to the end of the show. Fisaya, you good?
Yes, I am. I am good. I mean, it's just embarrassing that when it was conservatives that are being removed and silenced and shadow banned, right? Everything was fine, but suddenly it's no longer fine because it's some CNN journalist. I totally hate.
Please, are you saying that towards me?
No, I'm saying to everyone that cares to listen. I totally disagree with double standard. This is clear double standard on everyone. So
one day, Fisaya, we will find an hour and we will hash this out.
Yes, exactly. We need
a special show to talk through this thing.
We need a special show. Yes, we need a special show.
All right. We've come to the end of this show, but make sure you go and consult Fisaya at Arama Fisaya up on Twitter. And of course, Rotus is across the social media platforms at Rotancoach. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I shall see you again, Fisaya, next Friday. Bring your gloves. We'll go another round next Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Rotus, I'll see you.
I'll see you
Monday. All right, bye. And that is that